Hi everyone, Chris Nansky here with Superfoot System, and welcome to Superfoot Stories, stories from the life and times of Bill Superfoot Wallace. How are you, sir?
I'm absolutely fantastically okay.
All right, excellent. Great to have you here. So we want to talk a little bit. We know that you've had a lot of experience working with a lot of people in the entertainment industry, and one name that probably comes up quite a bit is John Belushi.
Yeah.
So why don't you share a little bit how you met John?
Well, we'd all seen, Saturday Night Live. We'd all seen Animal House and all that stuff, and I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm getting ready to go out to Los Angeles to do some things. And my friend Richard Norton says, "Hey, you want to go to a party?" And I said, "Sure." I haven't been to too many parties, but I said, "I'd love to go to a party." So we drive up into Beverly Hills, and we pulled into this house, and there's a an older 275 GTB long nose Ferrari, bright red, Ferrari red. And I look, I go, and this guy walks out. And he says, "You like the car?" I said, "I love their car." He says, "Here, take it for a ride." He flips me these keys. And I said, "No, it's okay. It's probably a $3 million car." So I said, "It's okay, sir. I'll just look at it and drool." He says, "Okay, go in the house, have a blast." I walk in the house, and Richard says, "You know who that was?" I said, "No." He says, "Mick Fleetwood." I went,
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac, yeah. And I went, "Wow." Well, I'm a 60s guy, so I'm not,
Sure.
The 70s and 80s music doesn't do that much for me. But anyway, so we go inside, I'm looking at it, and I look up ahead, and I see John playing the drums. He looks at me and goes, I go, "Yeah, hello, how you doing?" I said, and his wife is playing, doing something else up there. And then he stops playing drums, he comes back, he says, "You're that Superfoot guy, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah." And we talked for a little bit, and all of a sudden he says, "What are you doing this summer?" I says, "I have no plans except I'm going to, do my retirement fight." He says, "What are you doing after your retirement fight?" I says, "I have no plans." He says, "Would you like to go on tour with us?" Now understand that I have no idea that they're filming a movie called The Blues Brothers. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, so I have no idea. I said, "What tour are you going to?" He says, "Well, we're doing a movie called Blues Brothers, and as soon as the tour is over and it starts to come out, we're going to go on tour to push the music, which is blues and all this stuff." I said, "Oh, sounds good to me," and have people to ask you to go places and all that stuff. I said, here's my number, give me a call." So I give him my number, and don't think anything, absolutely think nothing about it at all. So I go to the party, we have a good time, and I go back to Memphis, training for the fights and everything, have a couple fights, and then this is the winter time of 1979. So I go back and I'm training for the fights. I have a couple fights before my retirement fight. And about a week before my retirement fight, I get this call. And it's John Belushi. He says, "You still gonna go on tour with us?" I said, "Yeah, love to." So, okay, well, there'll be a ticket waiting for you at the Indianapolis airport, because I'm gonna fight in Anderson. Mm-hmm. A ticket waiting for you at Indianapolis airport to come up to Chicago, because that's where we're gonna be rehearsing. I went, "Oh, okay. That's if I win." If I don't win, I'll be laying on the ground. He says, "No problem. We have confidence." So I'm fine training for. I get to Indianapolis and training. He calls me up, wishes me luck. So I do the fight. I win the fight. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe there is one. But anyway, I get to Indianapolis airport. There's a ticket waiting for me to fly up to Chicago. There's a car waiting for me to fly into Chicago. Car picks me up, takes me from O'Hare downtown to the hotel, and John's waiting there for me. We meet John and talk, meet Dan Aykroyd, meet all the Blues Brothers band, and have a blast. And we rehearsed for 1 month, then went on tour starting in July, the middle of July, starting in the middle of July to the middle of August, I believe it was. And all over the country.
Sure. And
had a blast. And I worked out with John, Danny, a couple other guys. There's a couple pictures out with me kicking with the Blues Brothers guys, and didn't think anything about it. And tour's over, so I just stayed out in L.A. because I had a girlfriend out there. Yeah. So we're staying out in L.A. And all of a sudden, in the middle of September, I get this call. It's John again. He says, "We're doing a movie in Colorado. I need to get in shape for it. Can you get me in shape?" Well, yeah, I can. So a movie called Continental Divide. So we get that going and everything, and he wanted to lose some weight. I said, "How much weight do you want to lose?" Because we're in a home by ourselves. And you're not going to believe this, because you guys know my diet. I put John on, I think it was 1,000 calories a day.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you know, John likes to eat. So, but we had him on 1,000 calories a day, and he lost 43 pounds in 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah, and it looked great. We did. If you look at him in Continental Divide, he was running upstairs, running all over the place. Did a good job.
Yeah, he was a pretty good athlete too.
Yeah, he was a wrestler in high school.
Right.
And moved around good. Then we went to finish the movie, and I go back to Los Angeles, and I get a call about later on. We're going to do what he called Neighbors in New York City.
Okay.
But they wanted him fat for that thing, heavy. So I go, well, why do you want me?
Right.
Well, just to hang out with him, because they like to hang out with him. And at that time, that's when we were doing that. When, you know, this is another story where I worked with some of the Hells Angels guys, but and then we just, you know, hang around and did the movie there, and that was over. I went back to Los Angeles,
Right.
and then February 1982, he calls me and says, "I'm coming out. You come out to New York, work out with me." So I meet him at Martha's Vineyard.
Okay.
We trained for a little while, and we're going to fly out. We're going to fly out to Los Angeles, and we're going to work on a film called Noble Rot,
Okay.
and that was the working title. So we work out. Now, you have to understand, we're working out a couple hours a day. He's writing the script with Don DeVello, Father Sarducci.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know who that
Sarducci,
father is.
yeah.
And then he's having meetings during the day with
Executives?
the executive personnel. So how do you do all this at one time? Well, but he was doing good. He was doing good. And the crazy thing about it is, if you understand watching John Belushi, he could stand there, and I don't mean this sacrilegiously or anything like that, but he could read the Bible to you, and you'd start laughing. I mean, he was literally seriously that funny. And but they didn't think the script was funny. So how do you stay awake at night to write the script, go to meetings all day long, and work out with me? And you know, when we found him, they said he was obese. Well, we ran. If you understand, we ran from Sunset Boulevard from Doheny to Beverly Drive, down to Santa Monica Boulevard, Santa Monica Boulevard back to Doheny Drive, which is about 3 miles.
Yeah.
We did that every day. So it was in good shape. He just one of those heavy set guys.
Yeah.
And I had to go back and do some work in Memphis for 2 days. When he came back the next day, and they gave me a call and says, you have to go take a typewriter over to John because they're rewriting some stuff. Knocked on the door, no answer. So I have my key, I walk in the door. The rest is history.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
But he was a fantastic person.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of those guys you can laugh at. You look at it and you just start laughing because he was that funny. And really nice, genuine individual.
Yeah, yeah.
We did the 3 movies together, and hilarious.
Awesome. Wow, and how long of a period of your life was that? Like over a couple of years?
From 1980, well, summer of 1980 to March '82.
Wow, very good.
Less than 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was a fantastic time. We had a super time.
Very good. Well, thanks for sharing that, sir. I mean, it's always interesting hearing those stories from the person that was there.
The crazy thing is, you know, that you were there. When I
Yeah.
went to the Bolt, what in Denver, what's the name of that?
Oh, the Red Rocks.
Red Rocks to do the concert there. We did a concert and with Jeff Smith in New York and Washington and all over the place, and had some really good fine times.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for sharing that. So folks, there you go. There's the origin story of Bill Wallace and John Belushi, and got some insight from the man himself. So once again, this has been Chris Nansky here with Superfoot Stories. And sir, you want to do this again sometime?
Sure.
All right.
Gets out of my brain.
Sounds good. We'll see you next time on Superfoot Stories.